to your Energizing Yin Flow. I'm Caryn, and we're going to start against a wall, and recommend that you have a block, a cushion, and a blanket for practice today. If you need extra padding for the knees, you can take your mat and or blanket with you toward the wall. And we'll sit in profile. So one hip toward the wall, one hip away from the wall, however you're most comfortable. And bring the arm that's closest to the wall back behind you with the palm facing in. And if this is too much on the shoulder, angle your torso closer to the wall. If it's not enough for the shoulder, move your chest away from the wall. And start to feel that into the arm and the pecs as well. And you can let your head come into any position that feels sustainable. You might have to move around a little bit to find the perfect fit. Breathe here. You can always practice this particular pose belly down with your arm outstretched to one side and your hips stacked. I love the control that we have up at the wall to either intensify or make more gentle the sensations that we're feeling. So to bring awareness inward and observe your own energy. Is there an underlying mood or tone? In the next few moments, we'll start to practice a breath cycle, inhaling in 3 parts, normal exhale. Let's clear the lungs, get ready. And inhale 1/3, 2/3, full up, and exhale out. Inhale 1/3, 2/3, all the way up, and exhale out. Try that a couple times on your own. Resume your natural breath, and we'll start to inch out of this pose so we can face the other way and switch sides. Focus on matching the intensity you felt on side 1. Awareness of any stagnation or constriction in the front line of chest, shoulder, and arm. This yin practice helps us to remove blockages so that our natural energy flows freely, unobstructed. Let's revisit that breath pattern in 1/3, 2/3, full up, and exhale. Receive in 1/3, 2/3, all the way up, and exhale completely. Inhale 1/3, 2/3, all the way up to the chest, and exhale. A couple rounds on your own. back to a natural, unforced breath here. And start to inch out of the pose. And come onto the back for legs up the wall. So if you do have access to a wall, scoot your legs up it. If you need padding under the body, some people like to prop the hips or head, you can keep your blanket. I'm going to use my blanket for grounding and weight. And if you don't have access to a wall nearby, you can do legs up the wall on your mat with the legs just straight up in the air. I'll start to spread the arms out, palms up. And feel the transfer of blood flow from feet down to ankles, shins, knees, and thighs. Circulation moving toward the hips and belly. Toward the heart and the brain, and all the sensory organs in the face. And we'll stay here a couple more minutes. Start to move toward an inverted straddle, separating feet equidistant from midline. Just enough to awaken the inline of the legs. Noticing any tension here. Imagine your breath flowing unobstructed through the body. You might stay in the straddle or try a squat with the soles of the feet against the wall. Sometimes I need to scoot back a little bit away from the wall. find yourself getting distracted, return to that 3-part inhale. Normal exhale. Allowing yourself to fill up. And to let go of anything extra. Maybe there's something on your plate right now that's been demanding a lot of your attention and focus. More often than not, we do have the freedom to dictate where we place our attention. Hopefully, we practice on the mat in a manner that is single focused. When we're in a straddle, we're not thinking about child's pose or a previous posture. Likewise, here in a squat, we give our full attention to the squat. A couple more breaths. The release, a hug, knees chest onto one side of the body. Roll over. And next we will find seated. And I'm going to come up onto the edge of my blanket for the next few shapes. I would recommend you keep other props in reach. A few rounds of seated cow and cat. Let's inhale. Arch the back, chin up. Exhale, cat. Pull the belly in and round your upper spine forward. Reverse that on the inhale. Puff the chest. Look up. Exhale, round into your cat shape. And either continue here or find some circles. Moving around the base of your hips and legs. After you've circled a few times in one direction, try the reverse. And remember, do this without holding your breath. Meet center and bring the left shin on top of the right shin, or try the left shin in front, which might be more accessible for some. This square shape with the shins stacked like logs, targeting hips and outer thigh seat. We'll intensify that inhale, lengthen, and now twist to your right, away from the left hip. Might want to take props with you. Some of us are going to drop to the elbows. And if the twist is too much, twist over your right knee or foot instead of your hip. Make final adjustments now. And I'll bring you out in approximately 90 seconds. How about 4 more leisurely breaths in square pose. When you're ready to exit, hands down. Lift your head, untwist. We'll stretch the top leg out on a diagonal for half butterfly. Slide the sole of the right foot toward the inner left leg or groins. Might like to move your block over to the opposite side, and we'll lower the bottom elbow, reach the top arm, and keep the right knee heavy. So if you need some padding for that right outer thigh or knee, you can grab blanket, cushion, or block. Some of us might like to keep the top arm low. Bending bottom elbow, you can always use your left hand as a headrest. Make final adjustments now. Reminder to keep top shoulder back so this doesn't start to become a forward bend. How about 4 more breaths in our side bend, half butterfly. Right hand, upper right thigh. Ground down your right sit bones. Start to rise out of your side body stretch. And bring the right hand down behind us and reach the left arm skyward. You can stay here or raise your pelvis off the ground, a little or a lot. Okay, so that's always available. You want more of an arm balance. Either way, it's a back bend. 3. Big exhale, 2. And release, seat to ground. Come back through center. And let's bring the right shin either on top of the left, stacking those shins like fire logs for square, or right shin in front of left. Get ready for the twist. Inhale, upright your torso. Exhale to the left. And just like we did in that single arm chest open, try to match the intensity that you felt on side 1, even if the posture looks different on side 2.
About 30 more seconds here. A couple more breaths. To exit, hands low. Come on up. Face center and out, stretch your top leg. And from here, you might want to bring your block to the opposite side. Right elbow low. Left arm may reach. Might prefer to have the arm behind you or down by your thigh. You can bend the right elbow, use bottom hand as a sort of pillow for the head. And remember to keep the shoulders as much in the same plane as you can. There might be a tendency for the top shoulder to hinge forward. And try to think of this like a doorway opening up back. You can also feel for length from the tailbone to the crown of the head. Get out any last wiggles or fidgets. Sometimes it's helpful to close the eyes. Couple more breaths. Bring right hand down, left hand to the thigh, ease up out of that. And either stay seated center or try the back bend with me. Left hand low, right arm reach. You can lift the hips, but not required. Look up, reach back. Couple open mouth exhales here. If the hips are high, the right toes reaching forward. Top arm lifting back. And we'll lower. Windshield wiper legs, feet down. Sway your knees side to side. Do that a couple more times at your pace. And meet me on the belly for Sphinx. You can always keep your props close. Some people like padding under the hips. We'll parallel the forearms like the number 11. Middle fingers reach straight forward, 12 o'clock, and the toe tips inch back. Breathe here. Friends who'd like more back bending today, hands a little wider, fingers out, turn. It's a big abdominal stretch, toning the back muscles. It's okay to engage the seat, just try not to overdo that. If you have to grip the seat for dear life, you might want to consider easing out of seal. If you're in Sphinx and it's too much for the low back to the extent your glutes have to do most of the work, try bringing your chin into both of your hands or prop up the front ribs with either a bolster or even a rolled blanket. And this will take pressure off the back. It'll also take pressure off the arms and the shoulders. about keeping the legs straight so that the toe tops stay down on your mat or floor. And right now you are completely focused on your back bend. Let's stay 4 more breaths. We're exiting to the left side of the body, so your right hip on top. And set up a fetal position here. Should feel very nice for the lower back. Again, that right hip on top, fetal position. Adjust the legs like sitting in a chair. Just make an L shape with the legs. And then start to move into a spinal twist. Guide your right arm wide. And the gaze might follow. Sometimes I'll take a blanket or a pillow between the thighs. Some of us might like an eagle leg variation, top knee over bottom knee. And this is one way to stimulate lubrication of the joints and to boost circulation. Think about keeping the shoulder blades anchored. Avoid pushing or forcing anything here. The twist, something that's happening for you. These poses are never something we do to the body, but rather something that we do for the body. Couple more rounds of breath in this supine twist. You have so much time to uncross the knees, center chin, lift one and both legs, find the middle of your space. And start similarly rolling over to your right with the left hip on the top. Legs make L shapes like sitting in a chair. Left arm away, nice and wide, gaze follows. At any point you can explore that eagle leg variation, left knee stack. You can also use your cushion for any padding. And breathe here as normally as you can. Once again, imagine your breath moving through you without any obstruction. Always opt to stay longer in any shape. When you're ready to move along, uncross knees, guide your head towards center neutral position. Lift one in both legs and back through the middle. Give yourself a tight squeeze, loving embrace. Pull everything in toward the center. A ball of energy compressing. Hold here for a couple more breaths, getting more and more compact. You release, fallen bridge. Stand your feet wide apart on the floor and collapse the inner knees together, making a tripod shape through the legs. Place one hand on your lower abdomen. Place one hand over your heart. And as you inhale, fill up belly and then ribs all the way to the chest. Exhale completely. Inhale 1/3, 2/3, full up, and exhale. A couple rounds like that on your own. Back to your natural breath. The scientific definition of energy is the ability of an object to produce change in itself or in the environment. Become aware of one element that has shifted for you since the beginning of this practice. And I wonder now if you can notice, without looking around too much, one thing about your environment that may have changed between the beginning of class and right now. You can stay here through final Shavasana or lengthen your legs and outstretch your arms with the palms turned upward. Make any other final adjustments. Some of us might grab a blanket for weight and grounding or warmth. And once you feel that you've done all you can to ensure your own comfort, become motionless. Close your eyes. Rest all your muscles, big and small. Visualize yourself practicing asanas, the shapes you've created today on your mat. At the wall, your shoulder and chest opener with one arm outstretched. Next, legs up in the air. See yourself in seated, practicing hip openers, square pose, half butterfly. Visualize yourself in the back bend belly down, Sphinx. Next, your twist. One side, then the other. Finally, visualize yourself lying in Shavasana. See your body motionless on the ground. A casual breath. And a few moments without any particular task. I will bring you out. You are 100% welcome to continue Shavasana. When you feel relatively alert, lift your hands and guide your fingertips to the center of your chest and begin to patter the fingertips down and up over the sternum a few times. Wiggle your toes. Stretch feet and the arms and legs. Take up even more space. Breathe in. Exhale, roll to one side. Fetal. And take a brief inventory of your own energy. And using as little of that energy as possible, guide yourself up to seated. Meet face front. Connect hands at heart. And lift your chin off your chest. Widen the spaces between the fingers, breath in. A cleansing exhale. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Open mouth, exhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, let it go. Let's lift thumbs to third eye. And bow forward, sealing your practice. Namaste. Thank you for joining Yin practice today. I hope you had a lot of fun and feel fulfilled, ready for whatever's next in your day or your evening. I'll see you next time. Stay healthy.